Marjorie Plum was the most popular girl in school, but it had been a decade since anyone cared. Untangling earbuds, she rushed down the sidewalk past duos in bowler hats. Her heeled clogs trampled fallen cherry blossoms, surprised in trails mid-exodus to the gutter. She did not notice a yellow cab squealing to a halt when she jaywalked, or the driver shouting, "Tu madre es una puta fea!" She did not sense, as she hustled past an occupied stoop, the tension between a round-faced girl who had professed romantic love and her crush, who had in turn pronounced himself gay, confused at least. Just hours before, the writer Nora Ephron had died of cancer. Somewhere along the campaign trail, the presumptive Republican presidential candidate, Governor Mitt Romney, and his advisors were brainstorming ways to avoid releasing tax returns. In Syria, Arab Spring had spiraled into civil war. England was enjoying Elizabeth II's Diamond Jubilee, but also a meteoric rise in cases of gonorrhea. Across the Manhattan Bridge in Brooklyn, a young girl struggled with her creative writing assignment over a dish of carrots and hummus at the kitchen table. In palm tree-lined Los Angeles, a misanthropic film buff packed for his flight back east. Like every other, this day was at once important and insignificant in the scheme of things. Unaware of what was to come, Marjorie would likely have rated it forgettable. Had she bothered to note the date, though, she might have realized that this warm June evening in 2012, when the first tendrils of summer heat snuck behind the bunched knees of pants, prompting the overdressed to adjust, readjust, and adjust again, was 10 years to the day when her tenure as Queen Bee had ended at high school graduation. Just 18 years old then, while exiting the auditorium onto the sidewalk after the ceremony, Marjorie had mocked her maroon graduation cap and gown with a too cool performative snort. Afterward, she watched cavelling parents clutching red rose and baby's breath bouquets shoot warning looks at younger offspring, who whined in hungry anticipation of special occasion brunches. Her chemistry teacher, Mr. Bender, checked his watch. Underclassmen, noting Marjorie's arrival outside, gossiped and giggled more loudly, building the nerve to approach with yearbooks like autograph collectors. And suddenly, loss wheezed at the edge of Marjorie's consciousness, something more than pre-college jitters. Eyes welling, she paused to memorize the scene like a character turning off the proverbial lights on the finale of a stale sitcom. That day, she knew life was about to change, for the worse. Marjorie, Madge to friends, had mastered those teen years, traumatic for a disproportionate many. She loved the drama, the constant shuffling of romantic couples, firsts from cigarette smoking to second base. She felt no kinship with popular kids of teen movies who pumped pom-poms and bullied future tech CEOs. Still, at high school's end, she could sense her impending devolution into faded prom queen, though she had skipped the taffeta-inspired event and headed straight to the after-party. As her parents presented her with an engraved Tiffany necklace in congratulations at her own Eggs Benedict brunch, she had promised herself she would not white-knuckle that metaphorical tiara. But the descent into unimportance proved brutal nonetheless. Now, at 28 years old, as she ducked through reclaimed church doors into the new Lower East Side gastropub, Dirt, it occurred to her that suburban housewives did not have the monopoly on quiet desperation. Once, a night out had left her smelling of astringent liquor and big red gum, buzzing with nicotine and reverberating bass. She and cherry-lipped friends breezed past gargantuan bouncers who reeked of cool water cologne. They mooched off strange men's VIP bottle service vodka, sat atop banquettes instead of in them, and smoked cigarettes under gaudy Gothic chandeliers, emerging purple and filthy into pale early mornings, carrying a destabilized vibration like a badge. These days, life was civilized and deadly predictable, thanks to early nights, the disappearance of attached female friends, and $17 mixology cocktails with mint foam from rooftop herb gardens. Dirt, a high-ceilinged Manhattan rebuttal to Brooklyn's farm-to-table nooks, was no exception, with its predictable knotted mahogany bar, white subway tiles, 1950s signage, and chalkboard menu.